Hello and welcome to the American Liberalist. So I'd like to talk a little bit about what this channel is going to cover, and of course it's going to be part of the liberalist movement I should say, which was started by Sargon of Akkad. If you haven't seen him, check him out. Now this isn't just going to be a echo chamber of Sargon's beliefs, because of course he's British and I'm American, and there's going to be certain things that just don't apply in both places, but also I'm like an individual person. I'm not necessarily going to just repeat everything he says verbatim. That being said, the overlap in what we both agree to be correct as far as the best and most beneficial way to govern people is fairly significant. I thought I would create this channel because the more people using the moniker of liberalist will draw more attention to it as a legitimate movement, and so I've decided to throw my hat into the ring. And I think that's part of the problem that we face as, quote, radical centrists, is that we don't have a lot of voices. I think there's a lot of us out there, and as people who are in the center, who kind of like both sides, we don't feel necessarily pressured to be like, hey, let's just, get angry and go complain, because we don't have some monolithic supervillain, which I don't think really actually exists, and that's part of the problem, is that it doesn't seem like either side is such a supervillain that we need to be out there, protesting. But that being said, nobody represents us, and that's also a problem. And it is, especially when there are so many of us. It's very difficult, I think, to go out and find someone who's like pro-communism or someone who's like white power. But if you go out and you try to find someone that's like, I don't care about gay people, I don't care that much about abortions, I'd like to keep our guns, I'd like to keep our freedom of speech, I'd like to have privacy on the internet to some degree, people that are sensible and in the middle, those people are everywhere. And the more that we have a voice and the more reason we can contribute to the public sphere, the more our interests are going to be reflected, because right now they're not. And that's the primary issue in America. We haven't gotten to the point where Britain has just yet, with the content kind of creeping that the government does, looking at YouTube videos and Facebook posts and Twitter posts and kicking in doors. Well, I don't know that they've actually kicked in a door over it, but obviously they're about to send Dankula to prison, which is ridiculous. If you're watching this video 10 years in the future, that'll definitely date it, assuming that YouTube manages to survive another 10 years. It doesn't look like Facebook will at this point. But yeah, so that's what this channel is going to be about. It's going to be about sort of news and politics and the things that are going on, and how we can, fight being kind of a strong word. Hopefully it won't come down to any actual fighting, but how we can resist the kind of issues that we're starting to see in other places, and basically maintain our freedoms and call out the left and the right when they're being absolutely fucking ridiculous, and put a stop to it. So that's what it's going to be. Alright, I look forward to seeing you guys in the comments section below.